A woman just got a $1 billion Me Too settlement. It is the largest Me Too settlement in history. It's the largest settlement for this situation ever. It's unbelievable. And this is just an illustration of where things are continuing to go. $1 billion. So the story is insane. This was actually something that occurred with the heir of the Coca Cola fortune. So a guy named Alki David was slapped with a $900 million fine in a SA case. So basically unwanted snuggling. And this substantial verdict is part of a series of cases that he's faced where a previous ruling had a total ruling of 70 million. But keep in mind, this $900 million fine, which is essentially $1 billion, is for just one woman, and he has not been charged with a crime for this. This is insane. Okay, so this is basically the new pattern of behavior where you cannot put the person in jail, so you go after their personal assets, and these amounts are just excessive. We can see what happened with Donald Trump, where he ended up having to pay something like somewhere between like 50 and $100 million for simply saying that a woman who made certain claims, she was not his type. She was not his type. She sued him for defamation and won just because he said she was not his type. She said that's defamation, and she won. She won. And then if you can see the situation where he's in right now with Stormy Daniels, that case resulted in, because he was actually the victim in that case, he was extorted, okay? And he had to pay, he put down around 300 million, but he was slapped with about 500 million. If you look at Alex Jones, over $1 billion, not for what he said, but for what people said as a result of the things that he said. One over $1 billion. So this is a push at censorship. This is a push at control. This is a push at, directly going after men. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, how much influence you have. They want to let you know that every man can be taken down. And the reason why they're doing this is because they're extracting tons of wealth and resources for the state. That $900 million, she's not going to get all of that. Oh, no, no, no. Let me explain how it works. The lawyers get a huge cut of that. The state is going to get a huge cut of that. Okay? The state is going to get a nice, big, fat piece of that money. So that's why this is happening. The state is desperate right now for resources. Because I told you that's the relationship between women and the state. The job of a woman is to extract wealth and resources from men and to reallocate those funds to the state. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You can literally see it on the screen. It's insane. It's absolutely insane what we are witnessing. And it's not going to get any better. By the way, guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And of course, members for the channel do get new videos early. If you'd like to learn more about that, click the join button down below this video. So it's insane. It's insane what we are seeing here. Absolutely insane. So a descendant of a Coca-Cola bottling fortune faced a hefty court judgment on Monday, ordered to pay millions in damages to a former employee following allegations of so unwanted snuggling. According to the former worker's lawyer, a Los Angeles jury unanimously decided that Greek billionaire Alki David must pay the woman identified as Jane Doe in her lawsuit an astounding 900 million US dollars, it's almost $1 billion, for allegedly, um, saying on things that made her uncomfortable and forcible and unwanted snuggling over a 3-year period. It's so despicable. The facts of this case, lawyer Gary Dorjic told Los Angeles Times. And this okay, guys, here's the thing. Why isn't he in prison? Why hasn't he been arrested yet? Because they don't have enough evidence to convict him. We live in the United States. If this actually happened, now sometimes they do file charges afterwards and they use a civil case to then go after a criminal case, but it's literally jungle justice. It's it's insanity. It's insanity. The state is desperate right now. The state is desperate right now for money. Okay, the state cannot pay its bills. So basically it is doing whatever it can to extract as much wealth and money as much wealth and resources out of men as possible, as quickly as possible. And it doesn't care who says what at this point. Like we do not live in a democracy, we do not live in a republic, we live under a federal corporation. Okay, and the state and this and it's that they're all broke, guys. And when I actually looked at this, I asked ChatGPT to basically break it down if this was an excessive fine. And this is some very scary stuff that we got from ChatGPT. Determining whether a fine is excessive involves a complex interplay of legal, ethical, and societal factors. In this specific case, the $900 million awarded to the victim in the SA lawsuit against David is indeed an extraordinary high amount. However, it's essential to consider the context, severity of the offense. The court found that the victim had suffered severely and over extended period. Such erroneous behavior warrants significant consequences. Deterrence. High fines can serve as a deterrent, discouraging others from engaging in similar misconduct. By imposing a substantial penalty, the court sends a strong message that it will not this type of behavior will not be tolerated. Compensation and justice. The victim's suffering, trauma, and emotional distress must be acknowledged. Compensation aims to provide some measure of justice and support for survivors, but this was only one person. For just one person, $1 billion? Come on. Defendant's wealth. David's substantial wealth as the heir to the Coca-Cola fortune likely influenced the award. Courts sometimes consider a defendant's financial capacity when determining damages. Precedent. This ruling sets a precedent, potentially influencing future cases. It signals society's stance against this type of behavior and underscores the importance of accountability. Ultimately, whether the fine is excessive depends on individual perspective. Some may argue it's justified given the severity of the offenses, while others might find it disproportionate. Legal systems aim to strike a balance between punishment, deterrence, and fairness, but opinions may vary. So what this is actually doing is it's setting a precedence right now. It is setting a 100% precedence. I told you that going forward, these women are going for big money. They're going for big money. They're going to be going after every guy. For example, women who work at McDonald's, they're going to be saying that this is a culture at McDonald's that's been happening for decades. It's not just the men that they work with, it's also the customers, and McDonald's needs to compensate them. McDonald's has lots of money, and they're not going to be going for 10, 20, 50 million. They want billions. These women want billions of dollars right now. They're going to be going for crazy amounts of money, insane amounts of money. As an average man, like, you can't do anything anymore. You better just stay anonymous. As a man, you better stay anonymous, because if you become successful, you rebuild your life, and you ever become well known, and women find out that, oh, I remember this guy. I remember this guy. We used to date, or we used to hang out, or something. I'm gonna get my bag off him. They're gonna come for you. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. They're gonna come for you, and they're gonna get you. And even if they don't, by the time they're done with you, you will have lost so much that it's not even worth it. And even if you go to court and you countersue them, and you're like, okay, well, they're liars, and you try to, guys, lawyers will tell you to walk away. Whenever women do things, lawyers always tell you to move on. Even if, be grateful and move on, because the amount of money you're going to lose trying to pursue this woman and get justice is pointless. You will never get justice as a man. The closest thing to justice that you can ever get is to walk away. To walk away. and just live with the consequences of ever being associated or affiliated or even just named by these people. This is Western society. You know, I don't know. It's madness. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, you want even more of this content, consider checking out the Men Walking Away channel, where I release daily videos. There's a link to it in the description of the video. Go check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the content. What do you guys think regarding all of this? This is insane. A woman just got $1 billion in a Me Too settlement. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away, and cheers.